Okay, so in terms of this video, welcome back. It's been a couple of months. Me and Dan have just been talking off video, and I think it's been like 2.5 months. So it's a little longer than what we'd hoped. I know we're both really busy. The weather's been really good and light nights, etc. So it kind of priority is family, and that's exactly what we've been doing. So this video is a bit of a catch up, and without sounding morbid or sort of deflating, we want to talk about old age. So there was a conversation a few months ago I had with someone, and they said this is only a young person in his sort of 20s, mid-20s, and he said to me, I'm not destined to live old, until to an old age. And I mentioned this to you, Dan, didn't I? And it fried my brain a little bit. I don't know about you, but it fried my brain a little bit, because I was like, well, how does anyone not want to live, into old age? I know personally, I'm looking forward to doing bingo and all them kind of shitty things that you kind of think are a bit boring now. But I suppose for some people, they don't think like that. I mean, what do you think, Dan?
Yeah, old age. I look at old people now. Well, I was early 20s or mid 20s, like your friend was. I used to think the same way, that like old people, if I ever get to the state that some of them are in, then I wouldn't want to get there. But then I look at the old people I've grown up around, my granddads and my grandparents, and they inspire you really to want to get to the old age. I mean, I look at my granddad, he was 90, 94, maybe 95 when he left us, but he was still working when he was 93, doing a bit of gardening, keeping himself busy like that. He was still active enough to drive, in the mind. So it all, and since he's gone, I mean, there's been a few conversations with family members, and I've listened back to stories from when he was younger and how he lived. And it just makes you think, right, okay, well, if he can do it, then we can do it as well. And then, he got to that age where he could pass on bits of experience to us, not just his kids, but grandkids and great grandkids as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think getting to an old age, that's the whole goal in life, really, isn't it? When you think about it.
Yeah, it's the legacy that you want to leave, I suppose, isn't it? Some people kind of some people want to leave this world and have a positive impact, and I think that's really important. Don't get me wrong. I think that's really important. It's something that I've never really thought about, if I'm truly honest, and it used to scare the shit out of me, because with old age comes consequences, doesn't it? You're frail. If you fall over, you're more likely to hurt yourself quite badly. As you get into your sort of 70s and 80s, if you fall over, then it's more likely to be really serious. And I suppose watching my parents now go into their 70s and go into mid 70s, it's kind of like I'm taking the parental role. So it's quite a contrast. It's quite a transition from them looking after their kids to us now looking after them. And it's quite a humbling experience, really. It is quite interesting how things turn. Recently, they've rung me for some advice on something, and I kind of think, when did this happen? When did they start ringing me for advice? It should be me ringing them for advice, but I suppose that's where it is. And British culture as well, cultural fact plays a big part in it. A lot of European countries, like Italy and places like that, they have generations of families that live together. So that knowledge, that, like you spoke about, that kind of that information, the ways that they lived, the experience that they had, all the stories were passed on through the families, through because they lived in such close communities or generations in different stories of the house. You know, a lot of the houses are 4 or 5 stories, so you'd have different generations on each floor, and we don't tend to have that in the UK, do we? We don't tend to have them family units. You know, a lot of grandparents or parents are in homes, and that's really scary, because we're not seeing them in the later stages of their lives. I don't know how your granddad. He sounds like he was really independent, but it sounds like, you know, you got a lot from that and spending time with him.
Yeah, looking back, I mean, I was only 18 or 19, I think, when he went. So that's probably 15, 16 years ago now, yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, it's just the way he lived. It was he just did what he wanted. You know, he didn't bow down to any pressure, or he wasn't influenced. You know, he just did what he wanted to do, and that was it. And I think he was active quite a lot. He was doing a lot of walking up around Inglebury, you know, on the lakes.
Yeah,
around Ingleton Falls and around that way. So, I mean, we do like an annual walk with the family every year, you know, on the anniversary of his birthday. So we all just go up there. It's an excuse for everyone to get together, you know, have a catch up and stuff like that. But it's all in his memory, and everyone goes for a different reason, I suppose. And they all go to remember him and that kind of thing. And I just like being there, because it just reminds me of what it's all about, really, which is getting old. And
yeah. I think
people,
like I said to you, it used to really, really terrify me about what could be, what was going to be, etc., etc. But in really simplistic terms, there's only one certainty in life, and that is death. You know, that will come to us all, but we all have a choice about how quickly we get to that point, and also how much influence we want to give to our kids, to our family, and it sounds like your granddad had a great influence on you all, because you still meet up and have that social side, and you know, remember him, and that's really, really nice. It's a really nice story to be able to share. But from an old age perspective, yeah, I'm going to embrace it. I'm going to like I say, get on my bingo wagon and drive an electric scooter, and you know, all them kind of good things.
Yeah. Take time to rest.
Yeah. I mean, it's really, really sad that some people retire and literally get months to fulfill things that they wanted to do. You work all your life, and then, you know, bang, it's all of a sudden it's gone, or that individual's gone. So it is quite, you know, humbling to think that when you do retire, or whatever plans you have for later in life, that you make sure that you do as much as you can, whilst you can.
Yeah, it's important to live now, really, rather than think about the future, you know, that far ahead. I'm at the point, like we've talked in previous videos, where, you know, you live in the moment, you think about what's coming in 5 minutes, not what's coming in 50 years.
Yeah.
You know, you're in the moment more, then you just have a better experience of stuff.
Yeah. Absolutely. And again, you know, don't be fearful of it, because there's something worse than death, and that is living in fear, because that will ultimately strip you of any enjoyment that you have, or any excitement and fun. You know, life is supposed to be fun. Have fun with your kids, have fun with your family. If you can't have fun with your family or kids, then have fun with a friend. You know, go and do the simple things. That's what's important. That's what's really important.
Yes, if you obviously now everything's going back to normal, I suppose, and we've just been saying we've been busy for 3 months. I mean, what kind of things have you done then to catch up with, to have fun again? Have you tried anything new, or got into something you got into years ago?
I I know in previous video you mentioned about these cold showers.
Yeah.
And I mentioned about doing different bits and bobs, and I wanted to know a little bit more about it and why it was so. It's like someone pressing the reset button. It's like, if you're struggling a little bit and you're a little bit kind of up in the air and your mind's not quite clear, you have a cold shower and it will bring you back into the reality of the here and now. And I wanted to know a little bit more about it because, there's so many different opinions out there. People are struggling with a wide range of things and mental health issues. And there's a lot of anxiety about masks and things now. So, when I go out, whether I wear a mask or not, that's irrelevant. But when I go out, I'm noticing roughly about 50-50 split. So there's probably about 50% of the people wearing a mask and 50% not. That's down to personal choice, or they may be fearful. You just don't know. Things returning to normal. Yeah, it's been interesting, I think, but this reset shower or reset massage or reset meditation, I wanted to know a little bit more about it. And with the spectrum of things that's going off at the minute, so a lot of anxiety around COVID still. There's people still suffering with anxiety who were suffering with it 16, 18 months ago before COVID. And that anxiety has probably grown quite a bit during the last 16, 18 months. There's people with depression. There's people with, serious sort of mental issues. There's people probably on medication. There's people not on medication. So I wanted to know why this cold shower was so powerful. And it's to do with the vagus nerve. So you have a nerve in your body that connects the brain, and it goes right the way through your body into your gut. And actually, when you have a cold shower, you're actually activating this nerve. So you're homing into this nerve. And vagus, I think in Latin I think it's Latin, means wandering. So it's a wandering nerve. And there's various different studies and science behind this, where, if you are struggling, then activating this vagus nerve can actually reset you, just home you in a little bit. We spoke we spoke many times about cold showers or meditation, or yoga is a really good one, Pilates, all these different things that people swear by, and you kind of think, well, why? Why is that so good? Why is having a cold shower for 3 minutes really good for you? And it's to do with this activation of this vagus nerve. So I've been reading up a little bit about that. I've been spending loads of time with my family, and I know you have as well, Dan. So that's the most important thing to me. Apologies to anyone who really wants these videos to happen every week, but unfortunately that's just not possible sometimes. We've got some plans for the house and doing some alterations and some modifications, so that's all kind of taking shape. We've got a baby on the way in November, so I, as you know, Dan, it's just plan and bedrooms moving around and different bits and bobs, so trying to sort that out. But yeah, it's just been busy. It's just been busy. What about you? I know you did lots of football with your lad, and
yeah, I've just got back to playing it myself, to be fair. So I played 5-a-side again with the lads from work, and then took tennis up again for the first time in 20 years. So I can go down the court and having a game down in Buxton.
Yeah,
with a lad from work, and then been enjoying that. Rejoined the gym, got back into swimming again. Just getting out of the house. This is probably the first time I've been in now for a couple of months. an evening time and to actually sit and do something like.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been loving it really, because I've wanted this back for ages anyway. I've not really changed me through lockdown, because I've been on my own anyway and that kind of thing. But it's just nice to be able to go out now, and other people don't worry. That was the concern, for the first lockdown. But other people didn't want to meet up and do things like, and now everyone's just a lot more relaxed, more chilled out.
Yeah.
And we're just having fun again now and getting back into it.
Yeah.
And obviously, taking my lad to his football, that's back and running again. So
yeah,
he's happy.
No, that's really good. I think as things open back up, like you say, and people get a little bit more confidence in being able to go out and do things that they perhaps haven't done in 16, 18 months is going to be really, really important, not just for the hospitality side of things and the businesses that have all struggled, but for them as individuals. I think, if anyone's watching this and thinking, oh, I'm not sure, I don't know how I'll cope, and just be sensible, be, if you are nervous about or fearful about COVID, try not to be, embrace it. Like I said, there is something worse than death, and that's living in fear. It kind of, it is a big thing for me. I am sensible, and I try to be sensible, and and do all the rest of it. But you've got to live. You've got to live your life.
Yeah, you got to. Just take risks, like, and we said in a few previous videos about doing that, just doing something different, and I wouldn't say, my mindset's always been, I'm going to say it, not like a rebel, but I've not really believed anything until I've seen it with my own eyes. So, I'll just go off my own experience, if that makes sense. And
yeah, absolutely. And all you can do. Sorry, go on.
So then you just make better decisions then from your experiences, and you've got to go through some bad stuff and then make better choices in the future. Yeah. And it's all about looking after yourself and reaching that old age. That's it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that now that we've started this again, it'd be great to continue with a few videos and get things rolling again, and hopefully put people's minds at rest. And maybe I didn't really want to cover COVID because it's very emotive, a very emotive subject with people, and there's so many conflicting opinions and different bits and bobs out there. But maybe we have a chat about that one night and see where we go. I'd love to kind of get into the nitty-gritty of people's fears and anxieties again, because that's going to be really big over the next few months. And I think especially as we approach winter, and inevitably there's going to be a different variant, or something somewhere happens that will cause more strain on people's mental well-being. And I can't stress enough, if you are struggling in any way, shape or form, if you watch the previous videos, there's loads of things that we've spoken about over the last few videos. But this vagus nerve, Dan's cold showers, I wasn't brave enough to try them at the time, but I was doing meditation and different bits and bobs like that were really, really powerful, really, really powerful. Since then, I do have a cold shower now and again now. So, try something different, try something new. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, as I always say.
Exactly, yeah. I'll talk it up a level with the showers. I've got a little sand timer on.
Right.
Long. So as soon as I turn it cold now, I'll just flip it. So I know exactly how long I'm in there for, and I don't have any technology in there with me or anything.
Yeah.
Just focus on the sand dropping, and as soon as that's empty, right, I'm off. I'm out.
Yeah.
Get dry. And
I'm not that brave yet, but I will. I will try it. I do like to try these things, especially if someone recommends it. It doesn't hurt to hurt to try it out. It doesn't hurt to try it out.
Yeah, it's all about it. Try new
Yeah,
things.
Absolutely. So I'm going to kind of stop recording at this point. I think we've come to kind of a bit of a natural end. Hopefully, we will catch up again soon. It won't be two or 3 months before we do our next one. Might be a couple of weeks, but it won't be 2 or 3 months. We'll make sure of that. We'll commit to everyone that's watched so far. Try the Vagus nerve thing. You know, spend some time. You can have a Google of it. There's loads of information available. Do what Dan's done, and that's get out with the family. You know, join the gym, or start playing football again. Start enjoying things, and life doesn't seem as daunting when you surround yourself with good people and activities and a bit of fun. Remember, it's always got to be fun. But thank you for watching. Thanks, Dan, for keeping us entertained as always, and we'll leave it there. Thank you very much.